Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Elder Scrolls Online. In today's video, I'll be showing you some Templar gameplay. And stab at things with spears, magic spears. It's pretty cool. Yes, I am playing as a Templar. We're going with a DPS focus here for while we level up. I will eventually sort of be morphing him into a healer. In fact, before we get started, why don't I go ahead and show you some of my skills. So, the DPS tree for the Templar is the Aedric Spear tree. A variety of abilities, both multi-target and single target. Then there's the Dawn's Wrath tree, which is more of a crowd control utility tree, good for groups. And Restoring Light is the healing tree. I can see I've put a little bit of points into healing so far. So for Aedric Spear, we've got the Biting Jabs attack as our #1 ability. This does 4 consecutive attacks, dealing magic damage to enemies in front of me. The closest target takes 100% additional damage and is knocked back on the last hit. It is also morphed to give me an increased critical hit chance up to 70% versus enemies that have low health, sort of making the ability function like an execute when you've got an enemy who has low health. My next ability is from the One Hand and Shield tree line, and this is one of the things that I'm doing to make myself a tanky character, but also this Pierce Armor attack when morphed gives me reduced spell resist for my targets. So that synergizes very well with all of my other attacks, which are spell damage based. So the targets that I hit with Pierce Armor, yes, they take damage, yes, they're taunted, but also they've got reduced armor and spell resist by 40%, increasing the damage of my magic attacks. We've got the Binding Javelin. This is from the Aedric Spear tree. Binding Javelin hurls the spear, does magic damage, knocks the target back, and then puts them on their butt for 3 seconds. And then lastly, the Rush Ceremony is my heal ability from the Restoring Light tree, and this is just so I can level up the tree, give me some self-healing while I'm leveling, because, you know, pretty much playing by myself while I'm leveling, and it's nice to have that support in addition to potions. In terms of my ultimate, we've got Radial Sweep from the Aedric Spear tree. Does magic damage to all enemies around me, and it's only cost 75. It's a low-costing ultimate. The higher-costing ultimates costing in the vicinity of 200 to 300. So this basically means it's an ultimate that I can fill up and use on a regular basis. In terms of my skill lines, again, we are focused on the One Hand and Shield for our weapon. This will make us tankier, more weapon damage, and just more focus on mitigation for when the time comes. And then in terms of armor, we've got the most into light armor. We spend points for Magicka regeneration and then reduced Magicka cost of our spells. And we're also leveled up in heavy armor, eventually spending points in that to increase our increased our mitigation capabilities. And then lastly, racial skills. I've got a point into Gift of the Magnus, giving me increased max Magicka. Increased max Magicka means more damage and effectiveness from our class skills. Okay, so we've taken a brief overview of how this character is built, the general intentions. Let's take a look at some gameplay in action. Currently on the continent of Glenumbra, this is the first major large zone for the Bretons and obviously for anyone else in the Daggerfall Covenant. As you can see, I've uncovered about, I'd say about a third or so of the map. I've got this portion and this portion left to do. There's actually our dungeon for this area. I'll eventually show you guys that. Currently on a quest, though, to stop the Aldmeri Dominion. I've got to collect messages. You can see some boats over here. It looks like they're invading. So let's go blow up some Aldmeri Dominion scum and do ourselves... do some work. Let's do some work. All right, so we're going to knock that guy back. We're going to reduce his resistances and then hit him with our spear attack. Oh, single targets sort of lulls. Let's go ahead and engage multiple targets. We're going to spear this one guy here, do the resistance to this guy. Let's do a heavy attack. Let's do our spear attack. I'm going to do a couple of these, actually. Knock down the first target and the second target. Oh, it's glorious. I love how I'm commentating this like it's an esport. It's kind of funny. Okay, so my ultimate is now available for use. I don't really want to use it on a single target, though. Hopefully we've got multiple bogeys over here. Yes, we do. You know, I bet you I could engage with all 3 of these guys. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to knock that guy on his butt. And then I'm going to knock this guy on his butt. And then we're going to run over here. Going to line of sight that guy. Let's knock him down. And then let's do our ultimate, spinning around in circles. And then let's do our spear attack, hitting multiple guys at once. And let's finish that guy off with our javelin. Oh, it's got... There we go. There's the javelin. Oh, he healed himself up. What a jerk. Let's move up into his face. and finish him off. If he didn't heal himself up, that would have been epic, the spear throw to finish him off. So basically, those last few engagements that you saw, that's how I've been approaching both single targets and group enemies. With the current build that I'm running, you know, not really focusing on doing a ton of damage with my one hand and shield. This is pretty much just, you know, for the mitigation. And the big thing, though, is that reduce spell resist. It really, you start off with that, and then you follow it up with my number 1. And it makes for just a fantastic combo. You like to walk in with a heavy attack as well, get a little bit of damage, do that piercing strike, and then, I mean, that triple combo is almost enough to take someone out. The heavier armor guys usually are more resistant, so you can't quite do it. But these 3 attacks, you can see just barely not enough. In fact, actually, I didn't even think about this, but I don't have my, let me increase my magicka. I've got got some food here. I'm gonna increase my magicka, which, you know, as you, if you're not aware, well, I can say this now, I'll probably continue to repeat this in the videos. The magicka directly affects the damage of your abilities that are magicka based. And what are those going to be? Those are going to be all of your class abilities. No matter if it's melee, ranged, if it doesn't even look like a spell, all of these abilities, their damage, their effectiveness, they scale with your magicka. So the more magicka you have, the more effective they are. That's why you're seeing so many people right now, if you're watching a lot of people talk about this game, if people are focusing on dealing damage from their class tree as opposed to the weapon tree, they're focusing on magicka. If you're focusing on the weapon tree with everything but the 2 staffs, you're focusing on stamina. Like my rogue is focused on stamina because he's focused on most of his damage coming from bows and the dual wielding tree lines. Okay, I've got another target over here. I don't even know. I haven't even gotten the message. We got to focus on getting those messages. I mean, we don't have to. This isn't like, let me show you a quest, because I do those videos. Well, there'll probably be a few more questline videos coming up. This is just taking a look at some Templar gameplay. We got 2 Rangers over here. Let's go there. Let's do the radial attack here. That is so awesome. And they're spreading out. Oh, you jerks. Get together so I can AoE you some more. Thank you very much. If you are wondering, I also have AoE loot on, so that's why you're not seeing loot actually pop up whenever I loot people. It's not because loot isn't getting picked up. Like, right now, I'm picking up stuff from the basket. You just don't see it because I have it to go to auto loot. And then what will happen is whenever I open my inventory, all the new items will appear right at the top there. So you see everything that I recently picked up. That since the last time I basically opened my inventory. You can do sorting by name, but you can also do sorted again by new, and that's basically the best way to do it because it takes an extra step when you're looting. Like if you don't do auto loot, you have to hit E, and then you have to hit R to loot all. Now that does allow you to see what you're picking up, but I haven't found a reason not to pick up everything anyways, so it's not like. I think it's the best way to do it. It's definitely the most efficient way. Also save your fingers from some early arthritis there. Block this attack, that's gonna stun him. That's the other really cool thing. I'm really liking this build going with one-handed and shield because it helps the fact that I'm wearing so much light armor for more of a magicka focus. The shield, the extra armor and stuff from the shield really helps offset the lack of armor that I get compared to if I was wearing like all heavy pieces, you know what I mean? So I really like it. I'm actually a big fan. All right, we got multiple bogeys here. Let's engage. Let's do this. Let's just go for all of them, huh? Come on, I want everyone together. Nope. This is stupid. Shouldn't have done it. Really funny. We're fine, but, or maybe, yeah, we're fine. But it's just, I'm like, everyone's spreading out. I really just wanted to AoE everyone, but they decided to play smart. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, let's go take care of this. We need to collect the Dominion message, which appears to be over here. Where is it? What am I doing wrong here? I don't. Is the quest bugged? Is the quest really bugged? Are you serious? Oh, man. Of course, you know, beta, here we are. Those are just the sacks. It's never gonna be in there. If you were wondering, well, Force, what if it's in the sack? No, it's never gonna be in there. I would say that it might be below me in a cave, but when something's below you, when you hover over it on the top there, it will say above or below, depending on where it is in relation to you. So it's supposed to be right here. In fact, it looks as if it's supposed to be literally in this thing, but it's not. So that's the beta. I'll report that. We'll keep on moving. We'll move on. We'll do something else. That really makes me kind of sad. Maybe we can explore, maybe we can find a dungeon and explore that. So let me stop engaging with these guys, and let me continue to move forward. Okay. That guy's gonna try to engage me. I do have my horse here. The horse system is pretty neat. Now the way it works is, you purchase your horse, you know, whatever. But then after that, you have, I think it's either every 20 or 24 hours. It's one or the other. It might be 24, but basically about once a day, you get to choose to upgrade one of three things. You can either upgrade its base speed, its sprinting capabilities, or its carrying capacity. Basically, there's an option where you can increase its load, which essentially just gives you more inventory spaces, which is a nice thing to have. But honestly, I think the best thing is probably going to be at the end of the day. Oh, there's some stuff over here. I guess we could go to this thing. Yeah, maybe we... Okay, so that quest is bugged, but we've got recruits to find over in this vicinity. So why don't we go do that? And I actually really like this idea. Yeah, we're gonna go do that. Okay. That works. That works. Rather than me aimlessly wandering around hoping to find a dungeon, we'll just go do this. So you notice how much more these sort of tanky characters take to get dropped down? They've got more health, they've got more resistances, all that stuff. Are there any chests down here? So yeah, I can show you here too. If I go to character, you can see I've got a cooldown. I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes remaining until I can feed him again. And depending on what you feed him, once more, it's either increase the base speed, the sprinting capabilities, and also your resistance to getting knocked off. Those are 2 in 1, or its carrying capacity. Base speed, once again, probably gonna be the right choice. Because, yeah, it just seems like it's the right choice. And it's not infinite. I do believe there's a cap. I do believe it's, like, same thing as your levels. It's like you can spend 49 points. So as you level up, you get 49 skill points. You also get skill points, you know, from sky shards and everything. But I think the horse can also only be leveled up 49 times. That's what I heard, though. I've never seen anything in game to confirm that, but that's what I've heard from people. So okay, so we've got some recruits over here. We're gonna go find them. This guy is, look at this fight. He's doing no damage. Your attacks do no damage, dude. You need a way better sword than what you have, okay? Alright, let me knock him down. It's really funny. Like, why do you have an attack that does no damage? Look at this shield wall guy. Takes so much abuse before he gets down. Okay, so let's find these. Here's recruit Helene.
I thought I was done for. Thanks for finding me.
Can you get to the base of the tower on your own?
Yes, I think so. But what about Cecile? She was ahead of us and I saw her get captured. They took her toward the camp on the beach. We can't leave without her.
I'll find Cecile. No worries. In fact, she's just ahead of me, not too far. Okay. So when playing as my Nightblade, which as of now I still anticipate that will be my main. It is my highest level character. But after spending time, I've spent some time with a sorceress and now spending some time with a Templar. I'm really on the fence. Like, I'm having a good time with all of these classes. I really am. Oh, his recruit.
Didn't think I'd make it. I barely made it into hiding before more of those bastards showed up. But by the 8, it's good to see a friendly face.
Yeah, base the tower, go.
Yes, I can make it. I even have information to pass on to my commander, so the scouting mission won't be a complete failure.
Awesome. Okay, and now I have to go find Cecile. Oh, Cecile's back there? I was hoping I was going up to the tower. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back here and get to Cecile. Looks like she's over in this vicinity. Well, instead of going down and then back up again, let's just run across this bridge. I'm gonna sprint past this guy. A couple of, oh boy. Okay, you know what? I guess we'll engage with this. Oh gosh. Please, everyone, come over here. You get dropped really fast. I don't know if you're noticing, like, how quickly my health is diminishing here, but you go down really fast. You have to be really careful. People talk about how easy it is. Anyways, what I was talking about before is when playing as my Nightblade, you know, I'm doing a lot of sneak attacks, and you get so much increased damage that it really makes the game look like everything just gets one-shot all the time. But that's not the case. It was most of my one-shotting capabilities with the Nightblade was coming from the fact that I was hitting light armor targets with a sneak heavy attack. I mean, look at that. It makes a big difference. And so that's the big thing with my Nightblade that I really like, is that there are a lot of targets that I basically two-shot. And since I'm playing that character as a range character, I'm two-shotting people from a range. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's mighty hilarious. But everything you've seen prior to that last sneak attack that you just watched is more indicative sort of normal combat when you're not sneaking up for every attack. And this guy's a shield wall, so it's not likely that he will be as easily dropped down. Yeah, he doesn't take nearly as much damage, but you definitely have a big advantage when you're going in sneak attack, and especially sneak attack at a range, because if you're sneak attacking in melee, you've got to walk up to the person, you know? Although, I know the Nightblade's got a teleport ability, so you don't have to walk up, you can just teleport behind them, but you know what I mean. It just makes a big difference, and it really changes the speed in which you eliminate enemies when you're hitting them with those attacks from behind. Okay, so we're gonna rescue Cecile.
You arrived just in time.
Are you injured?
Not too badly. Luckily, you got here ahead of their interrogator. Thanks for freeing me. Now we have to look for the others.
Found the others, they should be back at camp. Go back to camp with the others. Now, is there a boss here? Sometimes there's a boss in this sort of situation. No, just 2 shield walls? Okay. What was the other quest? Oh, go talk to them. Alright, well, let's go with these 2 shield walls. I don't know. I might be able to sneak attack that guy. You gotta be really careful, obviously, about line of sight. And we're gonna knock this one back for a second. Then we'll go up. We're gonna do a spin attack there. There we go. And then we'll go multiple attacks with the spear. And that will be enough. Fantastic. Okay, let's go back there. Get that quest going. I'm interested to see what this is all about. I have really enjoyed the Daggerfall Covenant starting areas thus far. This, as well as the Aldmeri Dominion one, I think I enjoy both of them more than the Ebonheart Pact. And it's not that I necessarily think the Ebonheart Pact starting area is bad. They definitely start slow, like all that criticism in the past was true, but I just like these areas more.
Good to see you again. I hate to think what would have happened to me if you hadn't come along.
Glad to see you all made it back to safety.
That we did, thanks to you.
Ooh.
Now that we're all back together, we have a better chance to put an end to this Dominion incursion.
Okay. So now we're all back together, and we can try to stop the Dominion incursion. That's really exciting. I think that's pretty much going to do it for this video, though, guys. Again, I just wanted to show you a little bit of gameplay here with my Templar, currently level 10. I'm spreading myself thin because I'm trying to show you guys some of the early level content for basically a multitude of things, like showing that. First I showed some of my Nightblade, then I showed some gameplay with the Sorcerer, and now of course we're looking at the Templar. I am going to do some stuff with the Dragon Knight, and then from there we'll see how it goes. We're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening with like the NDA and eventually hopefully showing late game content, but I don't know. I don't know where we are at the moment, because definitely right now we can't show anything that's even close to late game, so that's just how it is at the moment, but we'll see as time progresses. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video, taking a look at some gameplay here with the Breton Templar, going with a DPS focused build, light heavy armor, one hand and shield, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm looking forward to eventually trying out healing in the game, and tanking as well, both of those things. I'm really intrigued to see how those systems play, but because I'm pretty much playing by myself at this point, I need to focus on DPS, because leveling otherwise is horrendous. Yeah, there you go. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. More Elder Scrolls Online coverage coming up. Keep watching and keep owning. What is going on? Where? Ooh, what is this? Let's investigate.